Fish Pump Friday is finally here. We have fish in the air type season. We have everything going on. Everything is going on. So make sure that you are plan easily and wisely for sure. Make sure it's taken in place. What up, good folks, good people on the StreamYard, and to the good folks here on My City, My Music.com. Dre Montez. Check it on out for yourself. This is the type of weather where you owe it to yourself to get outside. And for you parents that stay at home with some babies, that's not walking that good stroller type system, this good gossiping weather with your neighbors. This is what I'm talking about. This that gossip weather right here. This is it. You can walk at a very nice pace, get your exercise groove on for sure. That is happening in the place to be, good people. Still trying to get situated here. Still trying to get situated here. I think it's all systems are a go. Yes, sir. We are right there rocking and rolling. A few more adjustments. See, when I get in an actual side by side in studio, it's going to be so much better then. So much, because I have somebody to do all this. So that's going to be the goal when I start my vacation, is to find a person to sit side by side or across from me that just runs the meticulous things of the show that I want to do. I want to do more animation. I want to do more videos. But after just being here for since November, we still got room to grow the show. All right, if you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating a wedding anniversary, happy anniversary to you. If you happen to be off today in this weather, and you know what we've been through this week for as weather and just the mental mindset, we needed this today. This is the type of weather you need. Do yourself a favor and get outside today. Get outside. You just got to sit on the porch. Just get outside. Go for a walk. It's not barefooted weather yet. We're close. I've seen two people. I want to give Barnes Hospital advance notice on. I saw two people driving a convertible this morning on the way to the studio. Two people. What your grandparents tell you as a baby? That's fool's weathers, boy. Put a coat on. Put a jacket on. Where your T-shirt at? I don't think people wear T-shirts up under their shirt no more. I don't. Nobody does. What's going on? Let's get those high fives out the way. Chest bump that thing. Hug it on out with me. That feels so good. A good hug goes a long way. And we opened up with award tour. Hip-hop just does something to you, especially the ones with them beats that just really get it. Not overdoing it with the stereo system in the house or in the car, but making you get that move in you, just making you just That Tribe Called Quest is something else. We need some good music, and we can all understand. We need that. We really do need that. We've been told again and shattered again. They're taking another radio station away here in St. Louis. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't listened to the radio since I was driving. It's many years ago. Many years ago. Everybody streams everything and play their music list. So what happened to Hot 104? Very sad. As a person that was on air in talk radio, I work with a lot of people that was on the music side of radio in Charlotte, North Carolina. There have been some changes in the format of radio going on the past 10 years. Some people like it, some people don't like it, but where is the hip hop? 88.1 is gone, 95.5 is gone. So we're just going to stream everything now. We're going to stream everything from now on. I take it that's the way we're going to do things. But what a crazy week with this weather. I think we give the weather people a hard time. They're making an educated guess. just like we are. When somebody asks you in the morning at 9 o'clock, what you going to eat for lunch? What? It's 9 o'clock. I can't answer that question right now. Well, what you doing next Thursday? What? What kind of a question is that? Let's take this thing day by day. But great job getting us back to this normal understanding of the weather. Again, if it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much. And folks, so glad we got a few people watching. How you guys doing? I noticed this trend going on right now. And I just want to understand, if I'm understanding this, where did the understanding of teachers, what happened? Educational teachers, they're going through it right now. They can't do anything right or wrong. It's all their fault, not the child fault, not the system fault, but it is the teachers. I remember a time, Flashback Friday with your boy Dre Montez. I remember a time in the school system, we were proud to go to school. We cried when we couldn't go to school. We wanted to show off our new clothes or new shoes, new haircut, see our in-school girlfriend, play with our best friend at recess, that walk to school, and you're recapping the homework assignment. And your homies are finding out that everybody complete the assignment. Whether you're on the school bus, the city bus, or walking. Not many of us had rides in the damn car to school. We were on our own back then. But that pregame talk with your crew that you walk with on the way to school, you're talking about homework. Did you do it all? I ain't like that lesson. I read the whole chapter. We weren't supposed to read that chapter. But you're finding out how the day is going to start out on that walk to school. There was a few fights in school, but we had security guards that didn't play. By their look and demeanor, the way they talked to you, and the fact they were always there. So it was the same people. Same people. They weren't strict, but they expected you to come to school, act like you got some damn sense. If you got in trouble, you suffered the consequences. But today, you can't break the kids up from fighting if you're an administrator. Everybody's wrong in the homework assignment that's on the computer. Nobody can explain that. I haven't seen a kid walking with books in over 15 years. What happened to that? What book said? I just don't understand the disrespect that teachers are getting. And I can only talk about what I'm seeing here where I live at. I don't know what's going on in Utah and Florida and California and Texas. I know what's going on here, right here. And it is totally disrespectful. Totally disrespectful. I mean, to hear teachers talk about their day, you end up drinking over 200 ounces worth of liquor if you just listen to their day, not their week, their day. So what is the responsibility of the child for the consequence, the ones that are raising havoc? What are the consequences? Is it on the parent? Is it on the child? Is it the school where it's located at? The environment? The food? What is making these kids act the way they act in the school system? I want to know. I also have a question. We have been battling something to entertain us for quite some time now. I'm talking about streaming. There's so many you have to get to watch sporting events, movies, weather, the news, or an app. I think they crossed the line. They put a college basketball game on Hulu. How many sports bars do you know that has Hulu and can legally show the game to you? How many? So who's making these decisions? Are they trying to shut sports bars down and just take them to the bars where everybody's hanging at and there's one TV kind of raggedy with an old school phone and it rings? Yeah. Is Harold there? And everybody's, Harold, are you here? Whole bar just shakes their head. Are we going back there? Are we going back to watching old school TV in a bar? Just take the sports out. Just take the sports out because it looked like you're punishing them. And then I don't know how this Netflix thing is going to operate commercially. How are they supposed to do that? For the people that go to sports bars to watch sports, and you go to the sports bar to watch a particular game, and they say, "Oh, we can't get it. It's on Hulu." You mean to tell me you put a Mizzou basketball game on Hulu? Who thought of that? Who idea was that? When you have that round table discussion in marketing and meetings, you just, everyone goes around the table. They share their idea. We have a discussion about the idea, if it's going to work. If it's going to work, we write it on the board. What's going on here with this streaming situation? Who's writing stuff down on the board, and how long have you been with the company? I have some questions that need to be answered. I never thought I would feel as emotional as I have felt for the past 5 years about sports bars moving forward in the future. How are they supposed to keep up? Is it their fault that they don't have a $2 beer anymore, but they have 95 TVs? They got to pay for different packages, increase here, increase there. Now we're up to $7 for a beer. There has to be an end to the means here to make it make sense for everybody. I don't think no one has cared about our opinion in a long time. Tell you something else I've noticed. Never paid attention to the actual spring training portion of Major League Baseball. Not that much. Haven't been around minor league baseball since my days of living in Morrisville, North Carolina, and Charlotte, North Carolina. Haven't been around it at all. Also, in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. Haven't really been around it. But this past week on the MLB network, I caught a few spring training games. The food at spring training, why we can't get at the Major League ballpark? See, they're being selfish. They hiding all the good, reasonable, healthy food that's reasonably priced at these spring training games. They put out a spread the other day at the Yankees game. Look here. Look here. And great job to any grounds crew out there that's handling their business. They got them fields looking good. Minor league ballparks have went up. I can't think of the author's name. He's a young guy from St. Louis. He wrote a book about minor league ballparks, and he detailed them all from the food to the pricing, the fans, the parking, the whole experience. And I met a father and son probably my last year of driving the golf carts downtown to the Cardinal games. And they were doing a baseball tour over the summer break. His kid was in college, and he's like, this is something we've always wanted to do. He's like, he's finally old enough to drink and drive, so I have to never worry about any issues. Well, I have to just drive everywhere. So they were driving to all of the major league ballparks over the summer. And I thought that was fun. I want you to raise your hand if you can answer this question. Who started the term the GOAT? Who did that? Who broke that glass? Who did it? You did? Somebody had to. Every week, every day, every month, there's someone having a discussion of who's the GOAT in the world of sports. Why? Why does it? We're comparing everybody to a man that changed the game of basketball. And it's 2025. There have been more pair of Jordans out since he retired than when he was playing. Make it make sense to me. I mean, every single day this week, they're talking about the GOAT. Whether on TV, on the intertwines, on the book face, somebody's talking about who's the GOAT. I don't care what sport it is, male or female. Well, Donna Taurasi, she's the GOAT of women's basketball. Ron James, Michael Jordan, and it's Kobe Bryant. Whoever started this GOAT status here, It was like the year we decided in softball to get a chat room page. Lord have mercy. Some things you just don't do. Some things you just know. Oh my God. And I think this GOAT status has been responsible for over 500 fights since Michael Jordan has retired in barbershops across the country. Facts. Yeah, I haven't been in a barbershop on a Saturday to hear the old school discussions about the game of sports, but this GOAT status discussion is taking on a whole new meaning. You have women talking about this, little bitty kids, old people. Let's just watch the game. You can watch two teams that neither one of these players have played for. Well, definitely no Jordan on that team. It's 2025. You can't even play basketball the way they played back then. The whole game, the dynamics, the structure has changed in the game of basketball. We thought it was just to outscore the opponent. No, it's deeper than that. They have broken it down where they're hiring people to break down game film to each individual player, give them the pack about who they're defending and who's defending them, and use your power levels when you're at your strongest on the court. That's why the NBA, some players only play like 8 minutes, 12 minutes, 18 minutes, 22 minutes. Their points of production are better playing that amount of time. That's how meticulous the NBA is. But this GOAT status, dude been in the league less than 15 years. Oh, he's a GOAT. Dude has 2 good years. Oh, that's GOAT status there. That's an all-time GOAT. Go to 2 Super Bowls. Oh, he's GOAT. He's a GOAT. He's a GOAT. Won 2 NBA rings. Oh, he's put him on a list. He's a GOAT. He's challenging for the GOAT. Just shoots 3-pointers. Oh, put him on a list. He's a GOAT. Why just you can't list the players and just say what they did? Why we got to have an all-time list? All defensive team, and they never play against each other just based on what they did as stats. It is insane the way these discussions on these sports networks have been conducting this whole discussion on GOAT status, and it is affecting podcast people to a whole different degree online. People that podcast and live stream, just this week alone, there are probably over 14,000 people having the discussion of who's the GOAT. Now I know what older people mean in the movies. Kids today just don't understand. They don't. And at some point, us older people just can't get involved in the nonsense. Just listen and let them talk. Do a chuckle, head nod. But don't clap. Don't point. Just sit there and wait. We've been through this. We've been through this. We've been through this situation. These numbers are growing across the board. Across the board. Everybody wants to belong to some group or some association or affiliation. Somebody wants to belong somewhere. There's a cost. There's initiation. There's training. That's all of it. Even the military. There's a price you got to pay to be a part of these groups. But this hazing in college is getting way out of hand. I know nothing about the initiation process of fraternities or sororities, but I know people that have been affiliated with both. And the stories I've heard since 1989, how is this legal? Oh, they just want to see if we're strong enough. For what? I mean, they're doing things more dangerous in the gas chamber. I went through 4 capsules. But this hazing is getting out of hand. What is going on? We had this discussion over the holidays. Remember this? In November we talked. I'm like, look, if your kid is coming home for the holidays, have that talk. Not about money, but about life in college. Tell me what's going on, son or daughter. What's going on? No judging you, but I want to know, how is it being away from home at a higher learning institution? What's it like? Does anybody do that? In the TV shows, they did it. Back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, they had that talk with that child coming home from school. Well, how's it going? Not just the laundry discussion. They're not talking about sex. They're not talking about drinking. Credit cards. Figure out what's going on with your kid at the school. You're not being nosy. It's called being a parent. And then when it backfires, well, you didn't pay me no mind. You told me you were grown and you got this. I don't care what they tell you. You keep going with the responsibility of a parent till they're gone from the world. I don't care how old they are. My mom does not understand that I am 54 years old. In her eyes, I'm still her little baby boy. In her eyes. And you can't be afraid to talk to your kid. And then what's happened on the other side of these fraternities and sororities that have been accused of these actions and it comes out being true? Where is the punishment? Is the chapter gone? Everybody go to jail? Is the school responsible? What about the parents? They lost their son or daughter. There was a serious incident of hazing when I lived in North Carolina. There was one when I was in Shreveport for the summer. And there have been several here in the Missouri area, in the Illinois area, several. On the hazing incident, what's going on at school. We know you're going away to school to, I want to experience life. I want to get to know myself. I want to find out who I am and what I want to be. What happened to that? What happened to that? They actually going to school with a plan. Look, we're going to get on TikTok. We're going to make these videos. They're real sexual. We're going to make some money. They're going to sleep with like 4 sports players, keep their baby, and get paid off the alimony. The child support. They're going to school with plans like this. What is happening? I haven't seen anybody excited to go to college from the actions of social media in decades. You talk to a 15-year-old, what you going to do after high school? And they're going to do them shoulder shrugs. Mm-hmm. Back in the 70s and 80s, shrug your shoulders if you want to. Do that hot breathing. What? Oh, you trying to get that action. I'm not saying beat downs need to happen, but it needs to be some level of son and daughter when you leave here to go to college. Life happens. You're going to be dealt with adversity. But if anything happens or you're around something you know is wrong, call. Or when they come home, hey, high school, just have the talk. Even with you high schoolers, have the talk. Because these fights at these sporting events are happening because what's going on in IG. So Bill Belichick, check. We know about the girlfriend. Gone, dog. Get it. Gone. I ain't mad at you. Do what you got to do. Man got to be happy, right? They say women got to be happy. What about us, Bob? What about us? Huh? But gone, Coach Bill, UNC Tar Heels football coach. Could be possibly setting a trend as they're running this collegiate program like an NFL team, meaning they have a GM. So if this works, let's say Carolina pulls off an 11-win season, okay? Let's just say for shits and giggles, that really happens. That really happens. If that can be something that can be actually in the thinking process of the wheel, can you imagine the hate he's going to get from other coaches, the media, the fans, for the way this team is being put together, for the way he's going to run the team? He's got them in practice like he had the Patriots. No number, no name on the jersey. It's not about you. It's about the game of football. It's about the game of football. I need you to learn this game because all the coaches on this staff have some NFL experience. So these kids are going to listen. And if it works out, they're going to be tagged the 33rd NFL team. They're going to be tagged that for the way he's running his team. I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't. You got to do what you have to do to get to the minds of these kids, because not all of them listen like you. Not all of them listen like we did. They're influenced by other people outside of your home. Keep that in mind. They're influenced by people they have never met. Keep that in mind. So you got to keep that. You got to keep that chatter going back and forth. Not trying to rip the door off your bedroom door. Not trying to eavesdrop on your conversations. I'm just trying to figure out, are you okay in your life? That's it. Bottom line. Simplicity right there, huh? So we talked about the teachers. We talked about sports bars and streaming, Major League Baseball spring training fields and food, as well as minor league. The GOAT status. Who keeps bringing that up? Hazing going on, and UNC Charlotte possibly being the NFL's 33rd team. Good people. 33rd team. I don't know if it's because I watch. You ever watch something you shouldn't have watched, and you get way too involved in it? You kind of get in your feelings. Well, it happened. It happened. I watched the show, and they were talking about the divorce proceedings, what the man was losing. And at the time watching it, I was triggered. Who started the rules for divorce? It had to start in California. I say California and New York started this crap. Like, how does this work? We buy a home together. We buy a car together. We have kids together. But the man can lose the house, got to pay child support. You may get both vehicles. And now my credit's affected. But who wrote the bylaws for the rules of divorce here in the United States? Who did that? Who? Because the marriage ended doesn't mean you should walk away with a damn house, a car, extra money for the ones that didn't have a kid together, just had a marriage. How do you get all that? What happened? I don't give a damn if you cheated. No. I don't agree with the greed factor, the selfishness that gets involved in divorce. Why? Who said, show me on paper? How does this make sense to you? How? We both bring home good money. Kids in a very nice school that we pay dearly for. We both have a nice vehicle. But because our marriage didn't work, you get more than half? How's that fair? How's that fair? Not fair at all. There's been a lot of sports documentaries I've seen. A lot. I've enjoyed them all. Learned some things I didn't know and wanted to see what I did know put to film. But there's one I've been dying to see, and I hope they make it. I hope this thing is on. Hello, McFly, are you there? Huh? Are you there, McFly? But I hope this reaches the right people. This is a documentary I think we need here in St. Louis. We need this as baseball fans, as the Gateway Arches downtown. Busch Stadium is here. We need this here. Give us that documentary about the 1979 and 1982 Cardinals. Give me that. Give it to me. I can handle it. Give me that sports documentary. Give me that. Do I want Ken Burns involved? I don't know. He's too good. He's too good. Do I want Kevin Costner to do the voiceover? I don't know. Maybe Billy Crystal, because he paints a good picture too. But I know this needs to be made. Or Billy Bob Thornton. He's a huge Cardinal fan. But that documentary needs to be made. That 79 to 82 season was beautiful as a young kid. You got free tickets at your school if you did your lesson right and you came to school. If you attended church, you got tickets to the game. If you went to the boys' clubs or the boys' club of St. Louis, you got tickets. I mean, they gave away tickets like crazy when we were kids, like crazy. And to see what we saw as kids, now as grown folk, I bet we all get emotional. Speaking of emotion, I love watching movies as well. I have two movies I want you to see. Two movies I want you to see. One, please don't have any kids around. No kids. No, no, no. Nicole Kidman put on one hell of a performance in this movie called Baby Girl. Oh my goodness. Oh, when it comes to sexuality, I enjoy movies that deal with it when there's a dark side of it, but do it in a very presentable way. And the movie Baby Girl does that. Look, I tell you this much. When you and your partner had that sit down talk, real conversation on where we at in this relationship and where it's going, but you've been reading your wife's signs all wrong, or your husband's side all wrong, or your partner's side all wrong, and you get this conversation going, and you're like listening to your partner telling you this, and you're like, what is this movie's on a whole new level. It's like, what movie can I compare this to? I can't. Maybe The Secretary, a little bit of Secretary there with James Spader. Maybe a little bit of that. But this movie's you won't be able to turn away. But check that out. It's called Baby Girl with with Nicole Kidman. Samuel L. Jackson has a movie on Apple TV. It's called The Last Days of Tamar Gray. This movie, you can watch this with your mom, your dad, your grandpa, grandmother, your sister, your brother, your adolescent kids. This movie has a tale to tell you that's told from an older person speaking to the younger generation in the movie. And older people have a way, especially ones that came from the South, have a way of breaking down life questions to you as you're getting older. Because they've been through so much. But there's an easier way to do things than the way you've been doing it. But to hear this from that generation, especially from the South, and it's presented that way in this movie, it is outstanding. Outstanding series on Apple TV. Samuel L. Jackson. Oh my goodness. It is. Yeah, you're going to tear up a little bit, but that's good for you. Crying is good for you. It's good for the soul. Laughter is too. When I hear what coaches are doing, it always go back to me when I played ball or see my father play ball, and just understanding the mentality of coaches that used to play and run a program, or you as a player coming into a program. So there's been a lot of talk about Coach Prime at Colorado and what he is instilling in his student athletes. I don't think it's wrong. I think more programs should do this because you need accountability. Because once you leave college, once you leave the house, and you do something that's not right, it's wrong, there are consequences for that. And you are going to be held accountable. So why not start that process early? Coach Prime rules are no tank tops, man. No tank tops. No slides, man. No slides. Mandatory sitting in front of the classroom. If your attendance drop and you have bad grades, my seniors, we're attacking the money. We're finding you, basically. I think that needs to be done. I think it makes the player, look, I'm here to learn and play this game. Get my education, get my degree, and play this game, and hopefully I can take my talents elsewhere but I still have the knowledge to go out here and get the job that I want with this degree. But I learned a valuable lesson about accountability. That speaks volumes, man. The military teaches you the true meaning of accountability with me. I mean, it ain't about you. It ain't about you when you're in the military. Look, we all in this together. But if one person messes up this link, it's not strong anymore. Must be consequences. Must be consequences. You expected to show up. Be on time. Have no alarm clock when I was in the military. You better get your butt up. I've seen it in these podcasts by these entertainers and former sports athletes and current sports athletes and people that just doing their own thing. They love sports and they want to talk. In that same demeanor, what happened that we're so criticized because we have confidence and belief in ourselves? What happened? You're supposed to do that. They told you that at church. Your grandparents told you that. Your school teacher, your principal, everybody told you that at some point in your life. Be confident in yourself. Then you show that as you're grown. Now that's a problem. That's a problem. Like when they came out with the new math. What? When they came with that new math about 30 years ago? What? You mean you can't do math like that no more? Oh, y'all tripping. No. Now we want you to show the work. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. But when did confidence become so bad? When did parents looking out for their child become so bad in a professional level? But out here in the streets, you don't pay attention to your child at all. Some call you a hero. Some people use that word that should be banned. I won't use it. But why is confidence such a bad thing all of a sudden? Why can't you believe in yourself, your own vision, your ideas, your projects, your moves, your actions, your banking choice? I'm confident that I'm with this bank. There's never going to be a problem. But why is confidence at an all-time low to me? It is at an all-time low for you to believe in yourself. The criticism that comes with that, because you believe in you. They tell you to put them shoulders back. Hold your head up high and walk proud. Not lunched over, not slouched over. Pull your pants up, boy. None of that was out there for confidence. We have lost our way. We have lost our way. We got to find our way back. From these children, the school system, mainly the teachers. We got to protect our teachers too, people. Got to protect them. It ain't their fault. It ain't their fault. And we got to figure out what's going on with these hazing incidents, and they on the rise. They on the rise. They treat you like gang members, like a gang initiation. Sad, sad, sad. But we're going to get through this together with this weather we have, this exciting weekend. If you're a basketball fan, if you're in a home builder situation or remodeling, got something covered for you. Over in Belleville at the fairgrounds, it started today. They got the Home Builders Expo going on over. Get on over there and get you some flooring. Get something for that home, that project you got. They got you covered over in Bell Vegas. And also here in St. Louis, we have Arch Madness. Arch Madness. I've worked that tournament a few times. The people are fun. The alma maters of these schools that come to St. Louis for the Arch Madness tournament, they put on a great show. They really spend some money in this town, and they like to have fun. They're laughing. They're engaging. I've met some great people working the Arch Madness. So the weather should be nice, but dress appropriate. We're not trying to get nobody with pneumonia because you don't want to put no damn clothes on. But it happens every year. It happens every year. It really does. Shout out to my mom. Get better, Mom. Get better. One more thing. I'm gonna piggyback on this this Bill Belichick coaching in North Carolina, running this as an NFL team. I mean, with these NIL deals, the expectations of these programs that have these athletes, these huge NIL deals, the expectations are higher. So Belichick has a plan where he's running this team as an NFL team, where they actually have a GM. I think other schools are following the same method. If you're trying to go to the next level and you're coached by former players that have a resume like a Prime, like a Coach Belichick, somebody gonna listen. Somebody gonna listen. Now, if you are hard to make it in the league, a little bit tougher for you. But the way that Belichick is gonna run this program, what if it works? What if it works? If he wins 11 games, he's gonna be hero. Was the adjustment in the dating lifestyle? Huh? Many people think it's that. Huh? He's smiling. When have you seen Bill Belichick smile this much? Did the NFL make him angry, or was it that home life? Since he left the NFL, Bill Belichick has been smiling, engaging, telling jokes, stories about the NFL. What? Bill, you were just keep it, throw the ball. Yeah, just do your job. That Bill Belichick was around forever. This Bill Belichick, these kids are relating. That Chapel Hill area has gravitated to him. The idea that he's putting together has made other teams do, hey, wait a minute now. This kind of makes sense. This kind of makes sense. I mean, the money that they're giving to these 17 to 22-year-old kids is mind-boggling to me. How do we get here? How did this happen? But we're here. We're here in this wild and wacky world of sports, and my Lakers did their thing last night. In the overtime, when it was like about 2 minutes left in the game, the Lakers was playing defense, defending the three-point perimeter. This game, it felt like a June playoff game. The way the crowd was into it, the announcers. I enjoyed that game last night. We're 8-0 on an eight-game win streak. I think 12-2 since we've had Luka. But tomorrow we play the Boston Celtics. Huh? We did it. Then we got the sports announcers beefing again. You got Kendrick Perkins and Charles Barkley. You got LeBron and Stephen A. Smith. Keep my son name out your mouth. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Will Smith, you started something again. These people cover sports and not allowed to understanding the whole process of Bronny James being a Laker. There's questions in that. But again, he's being in that role, being who he is and having that type of platform. Yes, Bronny James would be a Laker. Yeah, for sure. If my kid coming into this league, I'm going to be right there with him while we go through this process until he gets adjusted when I think he got it. Doc Rivers did not have any type of relationship with his son. That was his coach. That was his coach. No way. No way, bro. No way. No way. Not at all. Not at all. But this should be a fun, action-packed weekend. We're getting closer and closer to opening day baseball, Cardinal fans, huh? Let's have a great weekend. Let's have a lot of fun with ourselves, our friends, our loved ones. Open up your windows today. Let the sun and that air breeze get in there. Take a walk. Take a walk. Leave a cell phone at home and take a walk. Walk your dog without your earbuds. Walk your dog. Go on a walk with the dog. Pay attention when you're walking the dog. There are a lot of people in my neighborhood that do not pay attention to their dog. They got them earbuds in. Can't hear nothing. Nothing. I'm 6'2". How I'm scaring you? And you got a Great Dane with you. Shouldn't work that way. Them dogs pull hard. And women don't wear the appropriate shoes when they walking their dog. Oh, but you gonna go around the block. She got flip-flops on. It's wet outside. Old Bruce the dog gonna run on off on something that she didn't see because she got her earbuds in. It happens every damn day in my neighborhood. Some of it is comical, but some of it is like, I told you. Pay attention to your dog when you're walking the dog. Get them babies out in the stroller today. Get them 3 and 4 years olds out today. Today is the day. Today is the day. Well, folks, to StreamYard, we're going to get on up out of here. And I'll see you Monday as we have another edition of have a special guest Monday from D from D&D Don't Get Butthurt. So we're going to try to gradually bring that show back just on Mondays. So I will see you on Monday. Good folk, good people. In the meantime, in between time, as the kids say. Do they still say that? I've been talking to a younger kid in a long time. I would love to know the lingo that they're doing. The lingo that they're doing. So maybe back Monday with this. And as well, if you're over in Bell Vegas, we got the Lincoln Movie Theater. Great place, great popcorn, and great people. For sure, good people, good folk. It's always almost Horse Hooky Tuesday time. FanDuel over at the horse track in Collinsville, Illinois. Boy. And it's almost time. Could be the best weather for the golf carts this weekend. Could be the best weather for that. For the folks that need to move, we got you covered as well. So to the folks here on the StreamYard, we're going to get out of here. And I will see you all next week. Thanks again for tuning in on StreamYard. Peace out. See you later, StreamYard. See you later.